Hey guys, welcome back. It's me, Sal Mahajan, and in today's video, we're gonna be having a discussion related to Amazon ElastiCache. So let's dive right into today's video. So in today's video, we're gonna first dive into the use cases of ElastiCache, and then we're gonna go into more details. So ElastiCache is basically used for session management. It's used in search engines, and you can also use it for end of day stock prices. Now, why do we want to use it for session management? Is because session managements are pretty short lived. Their sessions are normally 15-minute sessions or 20-minute sessions. You can relate this to your banking application. Whenever you log into your bank, if you sit idle for about 15 or 20 minutes, it automatically logs you out. The reason why it logs you out is because your session has become idle for 15 minutes and it invalidates your session. So that's where ElastiCache is used if you want to have session management. Now you may ask, what about search engines? The reason why ElastiCache or caches are used for search engines that it caches the most frequently searched, sentences or search stuff on your search engines to provide you faster response. And how can you use it for end of day stock prices? Is that people who would like to view the end of day stock price, once the stock market is closed, the stock price remains the same till the next market open day. So if you have a lot of people who are trying to query the current stock price of a specific stock post market hours, then you can store all of that data in a cache to provide faster response. So let's now talk about what is ElastiCache. It is basically an in-memory database that provides very, very, very high performance with very low latency. It helps to reduce load on your database for common queries. So in the example of the end of day stock market price, now if you have hundreds and thousands of users trying to do a similar query, that is to bring in the stock price of Amazon post market hours, it would be better to store that in a in-memory database that is ElastiCache. And also, let's take, maybe you are searching some query on Google, how do I create an AWS account for say? And that is something that a lot of people are searching. So Google is like, okay, this may be a common query or a common search pattern that people are doing. So let me store these results in the cache so I can provide faster response. ElastiCache is a fully managed service by AWS. It's completely managed, by AWS. You don't need to care much about the infra and all of those things. It sits between your application and the database. So if this is your application and this is your database, your ElastiCache will be sitting right over here. That is between your application and your database. And you have two types, that is, you can have a Redis type ElastiCache or a Memcached one. So let's move forward. So this is basically the architecture diagram that I want to show you guys. This is where your ElastiCache sits. This could be either Redis or Memcache. This is your EC2 instance, or you can say your application, and this is your database. Moving forward, let's first talk about the Redis type, ElastiCache. It supports multi-AZ with failover, so it can be deployed in multiple availability zones, and if one availability zone does go down, it can automatically fail over to the other availability zone, which helps to provide high availability. And that's our second point: supports read replicas for high availability. You can also create read replicas for your Redis ElastiCache so you can achieve even higher availability. It supports backup and restore functionalities, so you can create periodic backups of your Redis cache, and also you can restore in any point in time provided that the backup is available. And it also supports sets and sorted sets. Moving on, we're going to talk about Memcache now. Memcache supports sharding. So when you create partitions, multi-node partitions for storing your data. If you guys have know about MongoDB or NoSQL based over there, sharding takes place. That is partitioning. So that's the same thing that Memcached supports. Another thing to think is that Memcached does not does not have high availability and does not support backup and restore. So it does not have any high availability, and in the scenario that something takes place to your cache, there isn't any backups available, hence why you will not be able to restore. So you can say that all of your data stored in that specified cache is gone. And it has a multi-threaded architecture. And then finally, we're going to talk about patterns for ElastiCache. There are majorly three patterns that we follow when we deploy an ElastiCache service. The first is session. Was one of the use cases that we also discussed about, wherein it stores temporary session data, basically like a token or something which is short lived. So for example, the banking example, um, you know you have a bank, and when you sit idle for 15 minutes, the banking application logs you out. That's where the session comes into play. And then the second we have is lazy loading. And what happens in lazy loading is the all the data that is present in your database is cached in your ElastiCache and is not frequently updated, which basically means that the data that is stored in the cache becomes stale after one point in time. And then we have the final pattern that we follow is called write through. What takes place in write through is that any update that takes place on your database. So if you write anything to your database, you make any updates to your database, those same updates take place in the cache too, which means that your cache will always have updated data and will not be stale. And now finally, I want to talk about how data is retrieved or how data flows basically. So let's take you have an application. The application says that I need the current temperature of any place of California, let's take. So your application calls the cache and says that I need the temperature of California. Now, if the cache has that data available with it, it will automatically return the data back to your application. So you can see no call was made to your database. Now let's take a call was made to your database saying that I need the weather of Texas. And your cache is like, okay, I don't have the weather of Texas. So what the cache does is the cache makes a call to your RDS, to your Amazon RDS, gets the weather of Texas, stores it back into its cache, and now returns it back to the user. So now if another user comes after maybe, sometime it says that, okay, I want the weather of Texas. So because the weather of Texas is already cached here, it automatically returns back the weather of Texas. So this is basically how ElastiCache works. And again, if you want to implement ElastiCache, it is a lot. It's code hectic. You have to make a lot of application changes, code level changes, so your application can adapt to such ElastiCache. So I hope you guys did get a good understanding related to ElastiCache, what it is, how it operates, what are the different functionality, what are the different use cases. If you guys did like this video, please make sure to leave a like, do subscribe, and do comment if there are any other topics out there that you guys would like me to cover. I hope you guys have a great day ahead. See ya. Take care. Bye bye.